Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. Let's have a look at another gimmick, shall we? Here's a theme for you, healed to death. What's the concept? What's the gimmick? The gimmick is we take every card we can get that has some kind of heal involved with it. And there's two ways you can play this one. Well, there's actually three ways you can play it, but the two best ways would either be a Paladin or a Priest. They've both got some pretty hefty heals going on with them. Druid, of course, has some too, but not quite as intense as these guys. Plus, it also happens to help that you've got things like Holy Fire, which also do damage. So that's good. And in fact, your Epic actually has a heal on it. Or more specifically, something that interacts with heals. What happens to the mana curve? It's a big spike on 1 there, as you can see. And then it's got a fairly unhealthy look at 3 and 4. Spikes up a little bit on 5 again. And then you've got your heavy hitters towards the end there. So let's have a look at the cards that are in it. Circle of Healing, of course, you know. It's actually a free spell. But it does heal everything. Now, what's nice is to synergize this with something like, say, an Injured Blade Master. That's a bit of a classic little trick that Artosis broke out in the BlizzCon Invitational, where he was able to coin the Injured Blade Master out and then drop a Circle of Healing on turn 2, which gave him a 4-7 on turn 2, which is a very, very strong opening. Pretty much won in the game, in fact. I don't actually have enough space to get the Injured Blade Master in here, although we might have a think about that. Inner Fire, technically, well, it's technically not a heal, but it does interact with the heal, which is why I'm thinking of getting rid of it, but honestly, the synergy with what's in here is pretty cool. Light Warden, obviously, when a character gets healed, gain +2 attack. All sorts of great possibilities with that thing if you can drop it at the right time. Northshire Cleric, there's where your draw comes from there. Voodoo Doctors, yes, restore 2 health. You've got a decent amount of opening here from all of these little fellows. Divine Spirit, double a minion's health. That counts as a heal, right? Absolutely. Light Wells to heal up there. And then your Earthen Ring Farseers, restore 3 health. I mean, they're good in any deck, so nothing wrong with that. Lightspawn, strong creature. Again, you want to be able to heal that. And of course, with the Priest, you have the heal on the hero power too, which is kind of important. Holy Nova, heal and damage. Dark Scale Healer. It's a bit of a more pricey Yeti, but it does have that restore 2 health to all friendly characters thing going for it. Holy Fire, deal 5 damage, restore 5 health to your hero. Priestess of Elune, restore 4 health to your hero. And then your Prophet Velen and your Alexstrasza, which can, of course, be used as a heal, but also to do damage. The other way of doing it would be with a Paladin, and I could show you that as well. If we go to this custom Paladin, this is kind of a work in progress here, and you can look at stuff that involves healing. Well, Redemption technically involves healing. It heals a 0 health minion back to 1, so that's a heal. What else can you do? Well, he's got Holy Light, so that's a straight-up 6 health restore. Your True Silver Champion, which is doing damage and healing you too. And then you've got your Guardian of Kings as well, 6 health to your hero. And your Lay on Hands, restore 8 health and draw 3 cards. It's actually pretty strong, honestly. There are no Paladin minions that heal, which is kind of a little bit weird. You'd think that there would be some Paladin-specific minions that do that, but actually there aren't. So, it's a little odd, certainly, no doubt. But outside of that, you actually have more raw healing power in the Paladin through cards, simply because Lay on Hands are so powerful, and you've got things like Holy Light. But you are lacking some of the ability to hit back. This is very, very passive outside of the True Silver Champions. There's not a lot of punch in this. You could certainly add a few cards that would give it to you, but it's not incredible. At least in my honest opinion. I think you get a bit more flexibility with the Priest. So we can go with Healed to Death with this one. What I'd love to add into this, actually, would be a couple of Alchemy Soul Priests. I wonder if there's something I can cut out to get that, because that would give a huge amount of flexibility. Absolutely massive, because you can turn things like the Circle of Healing, and of course, well, I wouldn't say the Holy Nova, actually, that doesn't work well with the Alchemy Soul Priest at all. But you can turn your heal, which is your hero power, and of course things like Circle of Healing into damage with the Alchemy Soul Priest, which is not too shabby. Let's actually restore 3 health. Yeah, that's a card and power. You know, I've never actually tried using the Alchemy Soul Priest with a Battle Cry. I have to wonder if that would actually work. It maybe would. I do want to hang on to the Inner Fire, because the synergy with things like Young Priestess and Divine Spirit alongside the heals is pretty powerful. What do I want to drop, though? With the gimmick, we've got to keep the stuff that actually heals directly, so we're not allowed to get rid of that. So that leaves us with Divine Spirit. We can get rid of that. We could get rid of the Young Priestesses. I don't know, those are still heals, technically. I suppose we've got to keep on to them, otherwise we're just throwing away the gimmick. Maybe we just get rid of the Inner Fires. But, I don't know. Inner Fire on Lightwell is really powerful. Could get rid of the Divine Spirits, but they're heals, so we can't get rid of those. It's a tough one. There's a lot of healing stuff here, but I really would love a couple of Alchemy Soul Priests in there, plus it would really fill out the 4s. What can I justify getting rid of? I think it's gotta be Inner Fire, doesn't it? That's not a heal. It's good. It's really good, but it's not a heal. So we're getting rid of it. We're gonna stick to that gimmick, otherwise what's the point in even doing this? So there we go. That fills out the 4s a little bit better, gives us a little bit of damage flexibility, as well as a fairly good minion. I mean, the Alchemy Soul Priest is only a slightly weaker Yeti for 4, so that's not too bad. Plus the flexibility is pretty good. It stings to get rid of... It really does sting to get rid of those 2 Inner Fires. But again, they don't fit with the gimmick, so gotta get rid of them, even though there's some nice synergy in there nonetheless. Okay. I expect to maybe get 1 game done with this, because this deck is a deck about burning your opponent out. It has so much sustain. It's got a bit of punch in it as well, though, so we'll give it a try. I'll throw it in at rank 18, fairly low rank, see how it does. Let us attempt to heal our enemy to death. Can it be done? There's a couple of things we have to bear in mind with this, of course. Who do we heal? Do we heal our minions? Do we try and keep our minions at full health? Probably. We'll want to be doing as much of that as possible. We've got enough cards to give us a decent amount of flexibility to be able to do that. And of course, we also have our own heals. And then... Oh my god, this could take a while. Okay. Alright then, here we go. Well, it's always nice to go up against some... Oh, look at this. Look, this is silly. Okay. So... We'll toss the Voodoo Doctor. I kind of want to toss the Light Warden, but there's real synergy there. Yeah, let's keep those 2. Let's see if we can get a 2 or a 3 or 4. Okay. Alright, that's something to do then. I'd certainly prefer the coin, you know. Dropping the Nullshire Cleric and the Light Warden's pretty strong. Okay, which do we drop? That's a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, this does not actually count as a heal. Do we drop the... I mean, it's got to be the Cleric first, surely. Got to be the Cleric. Although the Cleric is... a Shadow Word bait, but still. Yeah, we'll drop the Cleric. There we go. Wouldn't drop the Young Priestess initially because there's a bit of a risk that she gets taken out by something like an Elven Archer. So we don't really want to do that. Okay. Now bear in mind this is whenever a minion is healed. Yeah? So you can actually heal something else and it will still work. So there is potential synergy going on here. Alright, we're going to drop the Young Priestess. And then I think we'll drop the Light Warden as well here. There we go. That's gonna give it a little bit extra to the Light Warden. Now, this also counts there as well. I can actually heal up the Shield Bearer, and then I can draw a card. But, you know, he's gonna Shadow Word Pain the 1-3, so I'm not gonna get that. But he's left with a tough choice here, because this 1-3 is about to be a 3-3. Unless he pulls something out, and he doesn't have enough mana to do both. Oh, he's gonna do neither. Alright. Well, that's very kind. He gets a Divine Spirit. He can coin Divine Spirit, I suppose. Oh yeah, of course, he can still coin Shadow Word. What am I talking about? Yeah, there you go. And he Shadow Words the 1-3. That's a bit disappointing. That was going to be extremely funny, but never mind. Okay, we got ourselves a Divine Spirit if we want it. This could die this turn. But I want that draw. I want that draw. Do I really want to heal the Shield Bearer back up? It's weird. It's weird to even consider healing that, but in this situation, it kind of makes sense. I want a card. There we go. It gets healed, and then we punch it some more. There's probably something horribly illegal about what I'm doing to this poor little Shield Bearer here. Perhaps I should follow the rules. Ah, Nullshire Cleric coming out. Alright. Time for some drawing action. This is what we like to see. Man, I'm disappointed that my Light Warden isn't alive. Alright. Okay, so... This is wild, so we've got Light Spawn and then we have Divine Spirit as well. I can pull the Alchemy Soul Priest if I want. This is going to die this turn, there's no doubt about that. This is then going to die to that, which sucks, and then he's going to heal that for cards, but that's also going to draw cards from there as well. If Light Spawn survives till next turn, it becomes a 10-10. Of course, if it gets silenced, then we all cry ourselves to sleep at night, but... Even if I drop the Alchemy Soul Priest, it's not going to make too much of a difference, because I can't kill off that Nullshire Cleric this turn. Yeah, no way to do that. Okay, so I think we'll just drop the light spawn in. There we go. And we'll just kill that minion off. And we'll gain one more. Hopefully that takes us up to a 6-6. No, it doesn't. It gives us a 1-5, but yeah. Would have preferred the 6-6, but again, that becomes big silence bait. What I'm hoping for is that it doesn't get silenced this turn. I can just break out the Divine Spirit. Oh, there's his second Shadow Word gone. And now he can use his 1-3 to take out 2-1 and then heal it and get himself a card, which will give him a slight card advantage. But that's all of his Shadow Words gone, although he could have Shadow Word Death, and in fact he probably will. Light Warden coming out just one turn after I wanted to. That's very disappointing, but never mind. Okay. There's some Divine Spirit for you. There's your 10-10. Dropping the Light Warden would be a bit weird here, but it provides a nice little counterbalance to this Northshire Cleric. Do I want to knock the Northshire Cleric out, or do I want to punch him in the face for 10? I really want to punch him in the face for 10. And that is exactly what's going to happen. There we go. It's a third of his health. It's hard to say that it's worthwhile. Maybe I shouldn't have actually... Is there... Oh, Divine Spirit on... Huh. Well, I guess he didn't have an answer to that. This is a slightly unusual situation. Alright then. I suppose he didn't have an answer to the 10-10 that was sitting on the board, so he thought it might be a good idea to just go out in style. Well, thanks for the 40-40 creature. Well, that worked pretty well. It was a weird mirror match as well, considering the amount of healing that was going on. There was an interesting dynamic. I almost pulled off the Light Warden trick, but it's a priest. He was gonna have to nuke one thing or the other with that Shadow Word Pain, and he made the decision. I think it was the right call to get rid of the Light Warden. You don't want a character like that just wandering around the place, especially not when you have the capability to buff it, so it's harder to kill. Alright, okay. Priest versus Paladin. Interesting. Ooh, Circle of Healing. Neat, neat. We're going to keep a hold of that because there's a lot of potential draw there. I'm going to toss these two. Northshire Cleric is, oh, double Northshire Cleric and a Young Priestess. Alright. We could drop both, and I'm very tempted to do it because, frankly, there's not much clear that this guy actually has for the time being. Yeah, I think dropping both is the way to go. What would he do to kill off both of them as a Paladin? He wouldn't. A Consecrate isn't even enough to kill 1-3s, so yeah. There we go. Double Northshire Cleric. So that's some really powerful card draw. If he pulls any minions, then I end up healing and just drawing 2 cards. So I can't imagine. This is a difficult spot for him, actually, already. That's a really, really powerful opening hand here. As a Paladin, you don't have too many ways to deal with this. And 1-3 minions for 1 cost are very powerful anyway. Alright, well, you know, he's just feeding it to me then. Okay. Can't really argue with that. And we also have ourselves Young Priestess. That's do I want to do that? It's so powerful. So, what I can do, I'm going to kind of wipe my hand here, but I'm going to get more from the Circle of Healing, so I don't really care. So what we're going to do is we're going to knock that out there. There we go. And we're going to hit that. And then Young Priestess, Circle of Healing. And then draw 2 cards. Which is going to take us back up to 3 and put a very silly board on the field. Which is then going to give us double buffs. There we go. Well, that's interesting. Okay. What can he do from here? He's probably waiting for that Consecrate, but my hope is that by the time he's able to pull that Consecrate out, my stuff's going to be buffed beyond the ability to kill it. Although, that's a bit RNG. He can't drop another 1-1. I mean, if he does, then I end up just healing and drawing cards again. So, this is a very strange starting hand. Very, very odd. But pretty neat, nonetheless. This is a fun little concept. And of course, I've got Darkscale here. I've got double Light Spawn available. Which is going to work pretty well. What do you do against that opening board as a Paladin? As I said, I think you just buy time. Maybe no. I mean, he's got to have a follow-up to that, surely. You can't drop a second minion and just have me pull off a bunch of heals. No, absolutely not. Oh, Lightwell. Ugh, it would be nice to be able to play that, but no, I think we're going to have to go for the heal again. Yep, so we'll use the Northshire Cleric there. Sweet. And then we go for the heal, which gives us the double draw once again. And solidly disappointing that the Light Warden was this turn and not next turn. That would have been hilarious. There we go. Do I want to play the Light Warden? I don't, because it's Consecrate bait. Okay, so we're hoping for buffing my priestesses. No, okay, so it's still Consecrate bait. But I'll only lose 2 creatures with that. So that's actually not too bad. Mogashan Warden, alright, so no Consecrate at all. Fantastic. This is going even better than I could have possibly hoped. So, whenever a minion is healed, draw a card. I don't have a Circle of Healing, which is really disappointing, because otherwise I'd be able to draw a billion cards. What I can do is put down the Light Warden and then the Light Well, and I think... But I can't heal if I do both. So I think we need to play the Light Warden. It is probably getting buffed up anyway, so I'm not overly worried about that. Okay, let's just get this healing done, shall we? So the Mogashan Warden is going to do 1 damage, so we can safely beat on it a little bit. Okay, there we go. Beat it up a bit. Smack it about. Man, I wish I had that other heal. I really do. This is a little bit risky, because if that Consecrate comes down now that I've attacked him so much, I probably should have just hit him with one thing. There we go. There's the heal for the card draw. Do I get any good 1-drops? Nope, didn't think so. Okay, and there's that buffed up. And I think we just, yeah, we leave that be. Because I need the double health bonuses that I'm going to get at the end of the turn. There we go. This is not right. Like, that should not have happened. This guy's getting way overbuffed. Incoming Consecrate to mostly wipe my board here, I imagine. If he doesn't have Consecrate, he's a very sad panda at this point. And I'll probably lose at least a Young Priestess, even if he doesn't have it. Nah, he must have it. There's no way. No. He wouldn't have spent this long. You gotta Consecrate at this stage. You can't leave this board alive. It's silly. Blessing of Kings. Not necessarily what I would have done, but he's going to start knocking creatures out with that. Okay. Alright, well, I have Holy Fire, but not until next turn. That kind of sucks, but it's actually not a huge deal. Actually, it is kind of a huge deal. Because Holy Nova... Alright. Interesting. So, how many triggers can we get? We get 1 card, and we only get a... Because I've taken no damage, we only get 1 Light Warden buff as a result of Darkscale Healer here. Can we kill that? Yes, but we sacrifice a bunch of creatures to do it. I'm okay with sacking the Light Warden, though. So I think we probably play the Darkscale Healer. Seems like the best option. Get that up to a 5-2. Heal that, draw a card, smack that, and keep my 2 Young Priestesses alive. I like that. Let's go with that. There we go, Darkscale Healer comes out. That triggers that, which gets us a Light Warden. Damn! I wanted that one earlier. And then we do that. Oh, should have seen that one coming! Why did I do that? Oh. Idiot! Idiot! That screwed me completely. Messed that one up in a huge way. Oh, you moron. God damn it. I should have run one of the Young Priestesses in first to test for that. Absolutely stupid. What am I even doing? Alright, well now he gets to kill something else. Oh, Unwithing Farseer coming out for the heals on himself rather than the Mogashan. Don't know if I agree with that. But I guess if he'd healed the Mogashan, I would have drawn a card. So that's not as unreasonable as it initially sounds. Okay, well, he can knock out... You went for Young Priestess. Yeah, maybe, I guess, but I wouldn't necessarily have done that. He's got decent value out of the Mogashan. Oh, here it is again. Okay. I'm so annoyed that I messed that up. That was just dreadful. Okay, I could just Holy Fire that thing. That would do the trick. Deal 5 damage. Get rid of that. Then use the 4-5, knock out the 3-3. Use the 1-9, knock out the 1-1. I don't get a healing trigger off that though. Is there any other good way to do it? Holy Nova kills that and takes that down to 1. And then I can use the 2-1 to trade for that and then knock that out, which keeps the 4-5 alive. Sounds okay. And I can also do that with Light Warden. But whenever a character is healed, I don't actually have a character that's taken any damage. So that can be a bit more... Don't necessarily want to do that either. And I've got to kill that first, because otherwise I'm going to be trading badly. That's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. The Holy Fire option is okay. It does let us get most of this stuff out of the way, but that's probably still another noble sacrifice. Alternatively, we go Alchemy Soul Priest. And then we smack that, trade the 2-1 into that, which will trigger... Huh. Well, this is tricky. I have a whole lot of cards, and I'm not entirely sure where to go with any of them. I don't know which option I like. Most of them aren't particularly good. Well, that made the decision for me. I guess it's fine. So we're going to send this one in first because, again... Oh, it's not a sacrifice. Oh, interesting. Well, there we go. Huh, wonder what it is then. Oh, it's a repentance. Alright, well, that doesn't matter in any way. So we baited that out quite nicely. Huh. Yeah, that one kind of weird. It's a really confusing situation there for a second. It's like, which of these suboptimal options is the best? Hard to say. I had a lot of choices, but I do have a clear board and card advantage here, so it's hard to argue. I still have this 1-4 available, so if I drop the Holy Nova next turn, especially if he plays something, or even drop the Dark Scale Healer, I'm in a good spot. It's going to draw even more cards for me. Although, funnily enough, I'm actually burning through my deck pretty fast, which is not really what you want. I actually wanted to do damage. And if I can't do that, then I'm going to run out of cards faster than he does, which is the exact opposite of what we were intending to do in the first place. Jugi Dread. I love it. Sounds almost like a low-rent porn actress name. Jugs Dread. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible and puerile human being. And I've inflicted that upon you, and that just makes me worse. Alright. Come on. You gotta have an answer to the wackiness. I think he might have AFK'd. I may have possibly bored him to tears. He's not actually moving now, so... Come on, you gotta be able to do something. It's like, what can I play? Everything just gives him cards. Yup. It's wonderful, isn't it? Should have played those light wells earlier. I might drop both the light wells, actually. That would be infuriating, wouldn't it? Well, he's not doing anything. Okay, so we get to run rampant on this. I think we drop a Dark Scale Healer and a light well. Seems like the way to go. There we go. There's the heal, which gets me 1 card and another heal. And it also buffs up the light one, by the way, so the synergy is in fact real. That is he's a bruiser right now. In fact, I'm very, very tempted to buff him up again. But we'll put the light well down, because he's probably going to die next turn anyway, so... There we go. Smack him about a little bit. Well, I hope you've come back from your toilet break. Because otherwise you're going to be in big trouble. He may have just given up in disgust. I don't blame him. This opening is very, very silly. It's extremely odd play. You know, it's kind of disappointing if he's actually gone AFK. I think he has. He must have. That sucks. I had one guy just give up, and then the second guy went AFK. I suppose if the deck is designed to bore you to death, then it's doing its job. So I suppose I can't argue with that. There's the heal going on there, and the buffs! Here's the buffs! There we go. Oh, my Earthen Ring Farseer, why? Okay. How many more times can we buff this thing up? We have many more heals at our disposal. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna go... the Divine Spirit. Double that up right there. And, drop this Voodoo Doctor right here. There we go. Let's get that up to 9. There's the cards. There's the buff. Alright, alright. We can't really heal anything else, because there's nothing else to heal. How very disappointing, we've run out of healing targets. Well, I'm gonna double the health of that again. And drop another light well. He's dead anyway. I thought I might as well make something interesting out of it. Huh. Well, that was amusing in a twisted kind of way. I want a proper game with this, although what I do want to keep getting is characters that don't have the ability to remove 1 health minions, so I've got quite a few of those. Alright, let's do it again. Alright. Let's heal some more to death, shall we? You know, it occurs to me, actually, the priest has really, really strong openers. Assuming you can draw into them. And with things like Young Priestess and Light Warden and the Northshire Cleric, you have pretty strong starts. Not so keen on going up against a Druid, though. My Young Priestesses are going to be far less useful here. But we will do the best that we can. Okay. So we've got the Cleric, we have the Circle of Healing, and there's a Divine Spirit. I think we're going to toss the Divine Spirit for the time being. Circle of Healing is not really useful unless we end up with some actual creatures to heal, so we won't do that for the time being. Ah, Light Warden, okay, that's a bit of a better call. Although the Light Warden does die pretty quickly, unfortunately. Alright, Northshire Cleric going down as the initial play, I think. It's the way to go. The bloody music's died again, hasn't it? I'll restart the game after this match. Once a beta, always a beta, apparently. Alright, coin coming out, which is a loot hoarder. Okay, well, I mean, that's okay. I don't really mind that too much. So, the obvious thing to do here would be to knock that on its head. Obviously, it's gonna draw a card for him, but such is the way of things. I get a card too, so I don't mind that too much. So, there we go. That's okay. It'd be nice to get the Light Warden out, but I can drop that next turn plus a heal, so we have potential draw and potential buff, which would be really, really good. Oh, Claw coming out, so he definitely wants that dead. Is he dropping double Claw to kill that thing? Oh, great. Well, that's awesome value. He burned both his claws to kill a 1-cost creature, so I'm really happy with how that went. We're going to drop the Lightwell, and I think we'll drop the Light Warden as well there. It's not going to do much unless he, for some inexplicable reason, decides to actually do damage to some of those creatures, but that's the nice thing. Like, if he wanted to do damage, he doesn't really have that choice at this point, because otherwise it's going to end up buffing things up. Okay, so we're now dealing with a Harvest Golem, which is irritating, and there's not really much that we can actually do about it. We can't buff up our Light Warden. We could... Nah, there's nothing we can do there at all. So I think the best option is just to drop the Soul Priest. There we go. And we're just going to ignore that thing entirely. There we go. Because it's just going to kill it immediately. Okay. Again, not brilliant. But never mind. We'll make this work somehow. So he'll just knock that over, no problem at all. Which is exactly to be expected. And then we can knock that out with our hero power. But I don't really have another great play for this turn. I really need a lower cost creature to come out. It's going to do damage to that, which is a bit weird, 'cause it's going to heal it. Admittedly. Whoa! Oh, what?! Oh, that is really sneaky and evil. The Lightwell is now damaging my own stuff. That's really cool. And terrible. But really cool. Damn it! How could he Soul Priest? How could you do this to me? That's still awesome that that happens, though. I love these really cool interactions. Alright, so we're gonna knock that out. There we go. And then, I guess we will use the Alchemy Soul Priest. It's gonna end up hurting itself, isn't it? Well, the hope is that it doesn't end up killing... I want to hurt this. That's gonna die, though. But then the Lightwell stays alive and heals things up. Whatever I do here, it's bad. Man, It turns out Lightwell and Alchemy Soul Priest do not go well together. No, no, no. Not in any way. Ouch. That's rough. That is absolutely rough. Okay. Druid of the Claw coming out. Is it going to be a charge? It is. All right. So he's going right for the face. And now that's going to kill my Alchemy Soul Priest, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. It could hurt me. I'll take the 3 damage as long as my Alchemy Soul Priest remains alive. Because that means I can then heal that and then trade the Alchemy Soul Priest into the 4/4. Heal me. Nice! The only time I'm ever going to celebrate taking 3 damage for no good reason. That restores 3 health to my hero. If it was doing health to that, I could actually use that to kill the 4/4, but it doesn't work that way. Okay, so the best option I think we have here is to throw down our own heal to take that down to 2. The other way of doing it would be to drop Circle of Healing, which would kill everything on the board, and then I could throw down my Priestess of Elune. I'd rather have my Lightwell remain alive, but it will not remain alive because he's going to kill it with Shapeshift next turn. So actually, in reality, Circle of Healing plus Priestess is probably the best way to do this. The other way would be to Holy Fire, but that's actually going to do 5 damage to me if I play that right now with the Alchemy Soul Priest out. So I think we will. Yep, but before, of course, we do that, we're going to run the Alchemy Soul Priest into him for 3. Then we'll drop our Circle of Healing, which blows up everything. And then we're going to drop our Priestess of Elune, which heals me back up and gives me board advantage. That was very strange, but really cool nonetheless. Now, I have a Prophet Velen going down next turn, which is going to make my Holy Fires extremely powerful. And, of course, my Holy Novas as well, so... yeah, that's assuming Prophet Velen can live, but... well, he just burned a Starfire, so it's looking even more likely that Prophet Velen is going to be living next turn. It's going to be hard to get rid of that. Cool, so we're going to Prophet Velen. Here we go. Oh, they put a new cool effect on that. Oh, absolutely love that. Reminds me of Shatrath. Okay, now things are going to get very interesting. So, Holy Fire is going to hit for 10. I could Divine Spirit that thing, which is going to make it extremely difficult to kill off. I'm very tempted just to do that. I could do both. I have 8 mana next turn, so I can hit him in the face with that. Hang on a minute. Ah, it's of your spells and hero powers. Damn! I was hoping I could hit him for 20. I guess not. That's unfortunate. Oh, hello! Oh, okay. Alright, so... the best thing to do is our original plan. Double this thing's health. There we go. Hit that. There we go. And then we're gonna Holy Fire him. For 10. And then, Circle of Healing for a 7/14. Oh, it's so disappointing that the Faceless Manipulator doesn't work for me as well, but I guess that would make it completely ridiculous. Oh, well, that's disappointing. It's still a 7/7, but that was disappointing. I probably should have seen that coming. And maybe shouldn't have... yeah, I have burned a lot of cards here, so that maybe wasn't the best idea. It was fancy, though, you've got to admit. It was really, really fancy. Alright, so I'm back up to full health. I still have a 7/7 on the board. He is a Druid, so I would have expected him to drop something like an 8/8 on me, but he hasn't done that. So he's now down to 4 mana. What's his follow-up here? I have no way of pulling Velen back into my hands, so he's just going to be a bruiser from here on in. Which is why I'm slightly disappointed that I burned so many cards to get that play done. Because it's actually not going to get me too far anymore. I think we'll use... I think I probably want to hit him in the face with Velen, honestly. It's difficult to... I don't know. No, let's get rid of the 2/4 and then throw down the Dark Scale Healer. That seems to be the way to go there. Oh, yeah. Let's get the creature up. Just very disappointed about that silence. There's so many cool things I could have pulled off with Velen as a result of that, but never mind. Okay, well that gives us a really strong board. And I still have a Holy Fire and a Holy Nova in my hand, so if he drops little minions, then Holy Nova is a possibility. Oh, Force of Nature. Is he buff? Oh, weak Savage Roaring. Ah, Power of the Wild, no! Ah! Well, that was a lot of cards he used to get rid of Velen, so... that does put me in a slightly better spot. I don't really have much I can do here, though. So we drop the Priestess, which is going to give the 1 buff, and then he's probably going to have to deal with it with that. Do I want to throw a Holy Fire at him? No, not right now, no. Not right now. Okay, well, my board's still alright. He did burn a lot to get rid of Velen. He sunk a lot into that, so... There's a swipe coming out, so that's going to take him down to 2. Does he have a follow-up? Probably another Keeper of the Grove to kill that. Loot Hoarder. Shapeshift. And Wild Growth, which is going to get him a card. Excess mana, which he'll then play. Draw another card. Oh, my 4-2's still alive and I can heal it, so that's not too bad. I still have options. Oh, and he took it to the face, which is an interesting thing to do, considering he knows I can heal it. That was a bit of a weird play. I wouldn't have done that myself. Alright, what's the best way to handle this then? So, Holy Nova is going to heal that, and then I follow up with a heal. It's also going to kill that. That then goes to the face. That's probably the way to go. And then the Priestess comes out the next turn. We try and set him up for a Holy Fire here. Yep. There we go. So that blows up that. Then we heal that up to maximum, and then we hit him in the face with it. Try and get him down to 5, so that the Holy Fire is going to do the trick. Or maybe pull another Alchemy Soul Priest, and then things get really fun. Priestess of Elune next turn. Should bear in mind this is actually a 4-6 now, as your Drake coming out, so we might just get swiped here, because that's now going to do 5 damage. Yep, thought so. There we go. That gets rid of that. But that's it. That is his last swipe gone. But unfortunately, Priestess of Elune is not a brilliant match for this, although it is if you double its health. So, Priestess of Elune, and then the Divine Spirit to keep it alive against this 4-4. That's what we like to see. Sweet. And all we need a hit to the face and then a follow-up Holy Fire. So the hope is that this lives now. He has burned 1 Starfire in both swipes. He might have another Starfire. Or he might have a Starfall. Actually, even a buffed-up Wrath, and then his 4-4 into my 5-8 would do the trick. He's running Naturalize. There are people who run Naturalize. Well, that's an interesting thing. And it sucks that that happened. I did not expect to Naturalize. I have got to admit. That was a surprise. Huh. He's running Naturalize. Huh. How odd. Alright, well, that gave me some cards and at least evened things up, but his board is really good right now. Better than I have. But I do have healing. So it's not too bad. Okay, I think we play the Lightspawn and the... There we go. I'm going to hold on to the Voodoo Doctor, I think. This is not going to be good trades, though, regardless of what happens. I've got to get stuff on the board. I don't know. Playing the Voodoo Doctor doesn't make a lot of sense anyway, because you can just knock it over with that. Yeah, he's in a good spot. He's got both extra magic damage, and he will have other spells like Wrath, I would imagine. And there's the other Starfire. I was wondering where that was. Now I was going to put the 6-6 into the 3-3, I'd imagine. Yep, I'm rapidly running out of steam. That is really unfortunate. I can't believe he had a Naturalize of all things. That was really unexpected. Now I'm probably just going to get bled out. I don't know. He is running out of cards faster than I am. If I can somehow stay alive. But that's unlikely against 11 damage every turn. I think we have to get rid of something. I don't have the buff, although I'd love to get rid of that 6-6. I think we will actually have to Holy Fire the 5-2, which I really don't want to do, but... that would be my last Holy Fire. If I had another one, then I'd Holy Fire him and hope to try and kill him, but I don't. So I think we have to Holy Fire this. There we go. And do I want to drop the Earthen Ring? It's going to die.
My eyes are open.
Yeah, it's going to die. Let's not do that. It's just feeding stuff to his Stormwind Champion for no reason. Trying to think what else is in the deck that would let me live here. Oh, there's a Wind Fury creature out as well. I don't have any taunts either, so... my attempt to out-survive him until he dies from fatigue is probably not going to happen now. That's going to hit me for 10, that's going to hit me for 6. That's assuming it has no other buffs like Savage Roar. So, this is not going well. Alexstrasza wouldn't help me here. Darkscale Healer, at least, is sort of on par with that. So, okay. Let's drop the cards down, shall we? There we go. Do I want to drop my Voodoo Doctor? Not especially. Not especially. I'd rather heal myself than drop that. And there we go. Okay, he's got 5 cards left in his deck. And he's got a hand. I don't think I'm going to live through this. I've got 9 cards. I still have Alexstrasza, which would keep me alive if I went below 15. I don't have anything that I can personally think of that I can use to actually hurt him, though. You need to keep that board control with this deck. Oh, there's the Savage Roar. Is he actually going to try and murder me? He might. He knows I don't have enough damage on the board, and he also knows I just used my second Holy Fire, so I don't actually have a way of killing him. Oh my god, is this actually lethal? Surely not. Surely not. Oh. And another one. Ow. Ow. I need that Alexstrasza right now, and even if I get it, I don't think that's going to keep me alive. Oh, does he have a follow-up? Oh no! Keeper of the Grove. He just did 30 damage in 1 turn to me. That was brutal. Ouch. Okay, that did not go well. That was really unfortunate. That Naturalize! Of all the things you could have had in your deck, you had a Naturalize. You never run into that at this level. Huh. Alright, let me fix the music and we'll give it one more shot, shall we? Hopefully this will be okay. It's a fun deck, honestly. It might not win all the time, but funnily enough, it is actually possible to have fun without winning, I know. You don't have to win all the time. The thing I like about the deck is it sets up some weird situations and it puts you in a spot where you can make some weird, unusual plays, and you play fundamentally differently. I think that's pretty neat. Alright, we're going to toss these 3 for the time being. I got a Hunter here, which is interesting because I'm going to be able to just out-heal this Hunter. Light Warden Young Priestess, always nice to have on turn 1, I think. Yeah. Yeah. You can make things happen with that, absolutely. Sounds good. Light Warden Young Priestess is a good coin drop, because it means a 1/3 Light Warden, and then you can use it to knock out something like a Timberwolf and then heal it, which gives you the buff there. There's some synergy. There's definitely some synergy there. Alright, okay, so no opening. We'll go for the Young Priestess coin Light Warden. There we go. And there's our 1/3. Definitely get something done. Prefer the Light Warden Northshire Cleric combo, as you might imagine. That's got a nice amount of synergy in it too. We'll see what he comes up with. Maybe he's got an Arcane Shot to knock out that 2/1. I wouldn't want to play anything like a Raptor here, because it'll just be traded down for the 2/1. Not really what you want. Oh, Stone Tusk Boar. And an Arcane Shot. Oh, so he's actually going to spend both of those on the Light Warden. Okay, I consider that a win, even though, let's be honest, the Stone Tusk Boar is not amazing. Yeah, it's a bit of a win. But unfortunately, I don't have anything that I can do here other than play the Voodoo Doctor, so we're just going to do that. I don't really want to do that, but I need something on the board, because otherwise I just lose my tempo. I don't want that to happen. If you don't have another minion on the board, then the Young Priestess is less value, and plus, if you can play a minion, you should play a minion, so... Animal Companion on the way out. What is it? 2/4? Okay. Oh, that's useless. Absolutely useless. Okay. There's nothing I can do other than trade 2 for 1 into this. This is a terrible hand. Having both my circles of healing after I toss them is ludicrously unlucky. Okay, well, at least they're 2/1 cost minions, so... I hate not being able to do anything. It's a unique problem to the Priest deck, where even with the hero power, you can't do a damn thing. It's infuriating. I've lost tempo here as just as a sole result of bad draws. And this is useless. This doesn't do anything. I guess I should be thankful that he doesn't have much of his own to fight me with. Come on, I need a creature. Lightspawn. Okay, that works. I'm alright with that. There we go. Lightspawn goes down. Okay, this should trade well. Plus, with the Circle of Healing, I'll be in a good spot even if I'm knocking over things like the Bear. If he's got another Animal Companion, pulls a Leok, then that ends up being a 2 for 1 trade. If he pulls a Huffer, he probably trades the Huffer into that and then throws the 1/1 at it. Actually, no, you just turn the Huffer into it and then throw the 3/3 at it, because that would then only do 1 damage. So, we'll see. We'll see what he's got. Does he have any answer to it? He does only have 3 cards, so it can't be that brilliant. And I do have the Divine Spirit to follow up next turn, so I can turn this into an absolute monster. But something like Deadly Shot would shut that down. If he had Deadly Shot, you probably would have used it, though. A Light Spawn's a big enough threat to justify a Deadly Shot, I feel. But he's thinking about something. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what. Houndmaster, and then he's got the... Okay, that's an interesting way of doing it. I personally wouldn't have done that, but as you will. Okay. So what we're going to do here is... We could throw down Divine Spirit, but a better play is actually to put the Light Spawn down. There we go. Put that into that, and then we can do our Circle of Healing to go back up to 5/5. There we go. Sweet. Well, often than not, you don't expect to see Circles of Healing coming out, so they think, oh, he hasn't got enough mana. Like, well, nope, that's actually not true. Rocroculus coming out, okay. So, I should get a really good trade on this 5/5 here. Well, that was... No. No, it's still good, because that doesn't buff the Houndmaster up. So I'm actually entirely fine with that. He's just going to do damage to me, and, well... Rushing down this deck is going to be a bit tricky for him. I think he's going to find that out quite quickly. What's he got for 1 mana that he could play? I was going to say, not much. Okay. So we have our Northshire Cleric here, which means the Circle of Healing would be very effective. So let's knock out some key creatures. So, I really do want rid of that, honestly. We can do the Divine Spirit thing too. So, okay. So, we'll get rid of that. I don't want him to draw any more cards. I want to maintain card advantage. So, Circle of Healing goes out, which is going to give me cards. And bear in mind, I still have 5 mana, so this is a pretty nice play. And there we go. That gets everything back up to full. That gives us a Dark Scale Healer, where I think I'm better off with... I don't know, he kills the Lightwell pretty much immediately if he goes after me here. Divine Spirit, I think, is still the best thing to do. There we go. Don't want to heal myself or play a Lightwell. He doesn't have enough to kill me. Lightwell would die, but then his entire board dies. We'll go with the Lightwell. It's more of as a distraction, I think, more so than anything else. The other thing I could have done would be just not to play that and have gone straight for the Holy Fire to kill another creature, but I'd rather hold on to that. I think I can survive this turn. Unless he has, like, double Unleash the Hounds, in which case I just cry. Direwolf Alpha. What's his last card? That's what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, he can't kill me, and he's not trying to anyway, so he just wanted to get rid of one of those. Okay, I wonder what that is. That could be an explosive trap. It's probably a freezing trap. I'll run my 1/3 into it. Nah, he's just going to kill that with the Crocolisk if he's got any sense. No? He's going to run a bunch of creatures into that. That is maybe the worst possible thing he could have done. Because now my Lightwell's just going to heal the damn thing right back up again. That is a really surprising move that... well, just doesn't work. I mean... Okay, alright, well, we have got possibilities now, don't we? Oh, yes we do. Alright. Okay, first things first, let's find out what that is. It's an explosive trap. Alright, so we don't really care too much about that. And I'm thinking Dark Scale Healer, Divine Spirit. There we go. There's the heals, which is going to get me 3 cards. And then we got our Divine Spirit. Now this is a fun one. This has got some great synergy. What's going on with this deck? This is hilarious. Okay, and now that's Divine Spirit, and that hits you in the face for 14 damage. Oh my, oh my. And that's only going to get bigger as well. That's been doubled twice. So that can go all the way up to 20. Actually, no, it wouldn't, because it's not based on maximum health. So it'll go maybe a little bit higher than that. Actually, would it? I actually have no idea what its maximum health is right now. There's the multi-shot. That was a pretty good multi-shot for him. But he's pretty dead. Gets rid of that.
Well played.
I'd say a toast, I'm afraid. There's the heal going off there. We'll put the, yeah, let's do it right. Let's do it right. Earthen Ring Farseer. There we go. Holy Nova. Oh, that is pretty brutal. And into the face. What can I say? Now, that was cool. This deck's fun. I should probably do another video on it. It's... Healing to death does definitely have its moments. My name's been TotalBiscuit. Let's have a look at my Heal to Death Priest deck. I'll maybe do another video on that one. I think it's got its moments. It's got some amusing possibilities. I'll see you next time.